The NFL Draft 2025 is over, and the Chargers ended up with 9 total draft picks, a mix of 5 offensive players and 4 on defense. And after reviewing all picks, I can honestly sit here and say it. The Chargers just crushed the 2025 NFL Draft. Joe Hortiz, for the second year in a row, put on an absolute clinic. And today, I'm breaking down every pick, every fit, and why this draft might just be the foundation that finally gets the Chargers over the hump. What's up, buddies? Welcome back. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We cover all AFC West news here on this channel. Before we jump in, how are you grading this draft? Is it an A, maybe an A-, B? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be checking those out. All right, let's kick things off with round 1. Omarion Hampton, running back, North Carolina. Now look, I hear you. A lot of you were pounding the table for a wide receiver. Maybe Matthew Golden. Maybe a big play receiver to stretch the field. On paper, that made some sense, but when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, this pick starts to make a lot more sense. Jim Harbaugh didn't come to LAA to run an air raid offense. He came here to build a bully, a team that controls the line of scrimmage, runs the ball down your throat, and wins the kind of games that get ugly in January. To do that, you need a workhorse back, a tone setter, a guy who can keep you on schedule and wear defenses down over 4 quarters. That's Omarion Hampton. He's not just another guy, this is a legit game changer. 6 foot, 220 pounds, great vision, balance, contact power, and he's got sneaky breakaway speed too. Put up over 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns at North Carolina, and that was without a dominant offensive line. Now imagine him running behind Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, and Mekhi Becton. Yeah, that's scary. This wasn't just a good pick, it was the right pick, and I'm giving it a straight-up A+. Moving on, round 2, Tre Harris, wide receiver, Ole Miss. Now this is where the fireworks start. Everyone knew the Chargers needed a wideout. No Keenan Allen, no Josh Palmer. Justin Herbert needed a new go-to guy on the outside, and Tre Harris checks every single box. He's a straight-up bully at the line of scrimmage. 6 feet 2 inches, 205 pounds. He wins with physicality, timing, and body control. Now, yeah, he's not a burner. 4.54 at the combine raised some eyebrows, but don't overthink it. The guy plays faster than that, and once you hear he ran that 40 with a groin injury, it all makes sense. You watch the tape, and he looks like a mid 4.4 seconds player all day. At Ole Miss, he cooked SEC corner, over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns, and that was in just 8 games before the injury shut him down. This guy attacks the catch point, might be the best contested catch receiver in the entire class. He's exactly the kind of receiver Herbert thrives with. Big, dependable, tough. Think Mike Williams 2.0, maybe even with more polish down the road. He's not a finished product yet. He'll need some refinement in his root tree. But the traits, they're absolutely there. And after landing Hampton in round 1, getting Harris in round 2 just shows Hortiz and Harbaugh are dialed in. I'm giving it an A-. That's 2 high-impact players for the offense in back-to-back rounds. All right, round 3, Caldwell, defensive tackle, Oregon. This feels like a classic Harbaugh move. Big, nasty, mean. Caldwell is a 6 feet 1 inch, 332-pound wrecking ball, built like a vending machine. And he's going to plug up the middle from day 1. The AFC West isn't getting any softer. Denver's running the ball more. Vegas added Ashton Jeanty. KC always keeps a stable of backs. You've got to hold up in the trenches. And Caldwell gives the Chargers a true run stuffer who demands attention. But here's what I really like, and he's not just a space eater. At Oregon, Caldwell flashed real juice as a pass rusher. 22 quarterback pressures last season at that size? That's rare. The foundation is there for him to develop into a legit 3-down player. It's not a flashy pick, but it's a necessary one. I'm going B+ here, maybe an A- if he keeps developing. Round 4, Kyle Kennard, edge rusher, South Carolina. Now this is where the draft feels unfair. How in the world did Kennard last to day 3? We're talking about the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, 10 sacks. And it's not just production. He's got the traits. Speed, bend, strength, length. He's got the whole package. This isn't some undersized edge guy either. He's 6 feet 5 inches, 254 pounds with room to grow. Already has a legit pass rush tool set. Not just winning with speed around the edge. That's rare for a mid-round prospect. And he lands in the perfect spot, learning behind Khalil Mack, Tuli Tuipulotu, and Bud Dupree. He doesn't have to start right away, but he can contribute early in sub-packages and grow into a bigger role. That's what you want in round 4. Tremendous value. I'm giving it a confident A. Now to round 5, KeAndre Lambert-Smith, wide receiver, Auburn. One word, speed. Lambert-Smith gives this offense something it's been sorely missing, a true vertical threat. This guy ran a 4.37 and posted a deep receiving grade of 98.7. That's elite territory. He's a little raw, I won't lie. Auburn's offense wasn't exactly wide open, and his route tree needs work, but he's got decent size at 6 feet 1 inch, 182 pounds, and the top-end speed is real. What makes this pick even smarter? He opens things up for guys like Ladd McConkey, Tre Harris, and the tight ends to work underneath. He stretches defenses in a way nobody else on the roster does right now. Big play potential in round 5? Yes, please. B+. Still in round 5, Oronde Gadsden II, tight end, Syracuse. Now this is one of my favorite moves in the entire draft. The Chargers saw Gadsden slipping and made a move to go get him. And I love that aggression. Gadsden isn't your standard tight end. He's more like a jumbo slot receiver. At Syracuse, he was their entire offense, nearly 900 yards and 7 touchdowns. And defenses knew he was getting the ball. He's 6 feet 5 inches with strong hands and polished roots for a tight end. And he gives Herbert something this team hasn't had in a while, a true vertical threat at the position. Think back to Antonio Gates in his prime, that kind of matchup nightmare. He won't start right away. Tyler Conklin will hold things down early, but give it a year, and Gadsden could be a major red zone weapon. B+ grade here, big upside and a mid-round swing. Round 6, Branson Taylor, offensive line, Pitt. You can't have a Harbaugh team without a pipeline of offensive linemen, and Taylor fits the mold. He's a mountain, 6 feet 6 inches, 330 pounds, and surprisingly athletic for his size. He played both tackle spots at Pitt, but the Chargers see him as a guard, and that could really work. His power will translate well inside. The big question is health. Taylor was gaining steam before a season-ending injury in Week 7, so yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, but in round 6, that's a risk worth taking. I'm giving it a C+ for now, with room to rise if he stays healthy and adjusts inside. Still round 6. R.J. Mickens, safety, Clemson. Now this is what you call a steal. A lot of people had Mickens projected in the 4th round, some even in the 3rd. So when he fell to the 6th, the Chargers jumped, and they didn't hesitate. He's versatile, can play deep, drop into the box, even cover the slot if needed. He's smart, instinctive, and runs a solid 4.49. Most importantly, he brings depth to a safety room that really needed it. In Jesse Minter's defense, safeties have to be smart and adaptable, and Mickens fits that mold perfectly. I love this pick. Great value, great fit. Easy A. And finally, round 7, Trickwiz Bridges, cornerback, Florida, York, Oregon. With their last pick, the Chargers swung on traits. And you know what? I'm good with that. Bridges is 6 feet 3 inches, around 200 pounds, runs a 4.45. That's a rare athletic profile. Now, he's raw, needs technical refinement. But in round 7, you're betting on upside, and he's got plenty of it. He'll need a year or two, but if the coaching staff can polish him up, he could be a solid depth piece who can match up with big-bodied receivers. I'm giving this one a B-. Could rise over time. So, to wrap it all up, this draft wasn't just about plugging holes. It was about building a new identity. The Chargers got faster, tougher, meaner. They built the kind of roster Jim Harbaugh wins with. Physical in the trenches, explosive on offense, and versatile on defense. And Joe Hortiz absolutely nailed it again. Final grade, confident, a - from me. But what about you? Drop your draft grades in the comments, and let's talk about it.